starts telling me, you will accept me for who I am and what I am. I will sleep with whoever I want to, and you're gonna accept it. In my head, I'm thinking, this is the last you're ever gonna give.
The man basking in his own narcissism is 51-year-old David Thompson. He was arrested on May 26, 2022, after a harrowing scene was discovered. One so disturbing, it forced his friend, Keith Upchurch, to immediately call 911. Jaci Wilkerson, David's 40-year-old girlfriend and a mother of 4, was discovered lying in a pool of blood after being brutally murdered inside his Tyler, Texas apartment.
Every time I find out one lie, another one pops up. All I've ever asked is, don't lie to me, don't give it to somebody else, and take care of the baby.
However, what he claimed was just the tip of the iceberg. As the story gradually unfolds, a darker and twisted reality begins to emerge, revealing more sinister and haunting confessions.
When I come back, she was up trying to get the door unlocked, and that's when I hit her again, and she went down.
Jaci Wilkerson had 3 children from an abusive marriage prior to meeting David Thompson. With David's help, she was able to escape that strained marriage. However, when Jaci and David began dating, everything seemed to be going smoothly and they had a child together. But what appeared to be a happy family was only an illusion destined to spiral into a chilling nightmare. On May 25, 2022, when the authorities arrived at the crime scene, David was nowhere to be found, leading them to suspect he was the one behind this gruesome murder. A day later, following this horrific incident, David contacted the police, informing them he would turn himself in, as he's connected to the murder. David was immediately taken into custody for questioning. As David appeared to be candid about the details without being pressured by the detectives, he constantly claimed that he had caught Jaci cheating on him with other men and had provided her several opportunities to repair their relationship. However,
This is where the case takes a haunting turn. David isn't just telling police what happened. He's painting a picture of betrayal, heartbreak, and obsession. It's unsettling how calm he sounds, as if he's not confessing to murder but justifying a decision he already made long ago.
Continued her actions without any change. Now, what he's about to reveal isn't just another event, but a turning point. A moment from which there would be no going back.
So I tell her, I say, yeah, that deal with Tommy, I said, you know what, there's no way he could have known where you live. I mean, you haven't talked to him, right? No, I haven't spoken to him in like 8 months, almost a year. I said, Jaci, seen the phone records. I know you've been talking to him. You've been talking to him every day. Oh, well, you set me up. No, you set yourself up. Mm-hmm. She said, well, you need to get your clothes on. You need to leave. I'm pissed off. So I said, that's what I'm about to do, and I don't even need your goddamn phone. I already know what's on it. Well, as I'm putting my clothes on, she comes over and she's got a habit of just walking up and standing up over me. You don't do that neither. It's my space. Mm-hmm. So I tell her, I said, oh yeah, by the way, I'm putting my clothes on. I said, what the hell are you and Robert talking about on the phone? That's when she knew I'd seen them phone records. And she just got this second look of shock on her face. And I said, yeah, that's what I thought. Goodbye. Don't ever come to my parents' house again. Mm-hmm. So I leave. The next day, I text Robert, and I'm like, how could you do this? You've 45 years of friendship. Oh, one piece ass. Oh, no, man. I said, Robert, I've got her phone record. I know. And all I did was a phone call. Well, he said, yeah, she called me and asked me what I was doing, and I told her I was sitting over here waiting to get unloaded, and they said to look up, and all of a sudden she's bouncing down the road to the truck. in the middle of the night, just like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I don't know. He says, because, I mean, I told him, I said, mother, I'll kill you. And I meant it. I meant that. 45 years of knowing somebody. This was a couple of weeks done gone by since this had happened. He said, yeah, man, she showed up and said, did nothing happen. We talked about you mainly, and she's scared to death of you, bro. What have you been doing to this girl? You've known me my entire life. You know I ain't gonna do something for no goddamn reason. You know this. I said, what are you doing talking with her and meeting with her in the middle of the night?
Mm-hmm.
And then don't tell me about it. Oh, well, she talked about you and asked me if I'd take care of her and this and that. And you didn't tell me about it. Oh, brother, I promised her I would. I said, brother, if the mother of my child calls you and offers you something and you turn it down, as soon as you get off the phone with her, you're supposed to call me and tell me, hey, she's out there doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a tough situation, but this is what she's doing. You need to be aware of it. And you don't tell me. I got to bring it up to you. Something happened. I left and went to Midland for a couple of weeks because this mother apparently called the laws and told them threatening him to kill him, this and that. And I did. I told him, I said, you gonna pay me some money for that? I said, you broke. I said, you broke 45 years of trust behind that. Man, didn't nothing happen. I said, he said, if you need some money so bad, go get me some parts. Because I get truck parts and I sell them to him. I said, the money, I don't need the money. The money's to keep me from killing you, dude. You her, I know she's a, it's you that surprised me. You were supposed to tell me, and you didn't do it. That's what a brother does. He looks out for you.
He felt betrayed by him.
Betrayed, the ultimate betrayal, because his mama spanked my ass when I was a kid, and will still do it. She's down there 90 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's that we are family, period. And you ain't gonna tell me my girl just offered you some pussy.
As David claims, he caught Jaci cheating on him again. He isn't just describing the betrayal, but reliving it, as it isn't just about infidelity, but a collapse of trust, an ultimate betrayal by his own best friend. While he tries to convince the detectives of the pain he endured, he is subtly attempting to shift from a...
You can hear how David keeps circling back to the idea of trust, but instead of stepping away, he leans in closer, almost feeding his own rage. That's what makes this so chilling. He's not out of control yet, he's carefully building the case in his own head for why she deserves what comes next.
perpetrator to portraying himself as a victim of circumstances. Detectives don't interrupt here, as they know that letting David speak freely will help them understand his emotional motive behind the crime. The story slowly unravels, exposing dark truths that not only incriminate him, but also reveal the disturbing complexity of David's mind.
What do you got? What really happened?
You tell you?
He says nothing. She said nothing. She swore to God. But her story was he rolled through Bullard. He contacted her. She contacted him, and then they went and sat in the truck, but then nothing happened. But you a lying sack of shit.
Right.
You lying.
They giving the statement of, will you take care of me? And
Right.
something happening. I
Yeah.
wouldn't just go up to some dude and say that.
Right.
He end up paying you, or did you just cut him off.
No, I took off to Midland because
He called the cops.
we called the cops. And my parents was like, you got to go, Michael. You done scared the out of him. You know, and I mean, it's all out there. I done told my parents what happened. You know, his mama, I mean, it blew her mind. She didn't believe me. You know, and I talked to her about it. I said, Jaci, what the f*** are you doing here? You know? And she, you know, when we met up and this and that, but did nothing happen. I'm like, man, f*** it. I got to get out of here because somebody's going to get hurt. And I left. To get my head clear. But I mean, I'm already going insane. And every time I find out one lie, another one pops up. And then I figure out that lie, and another one pops up. I'm tired of being lied to. All I've ever asked is, don't lie to me, don't give the to somebody else, and take care of the baby. I got you. I got everything else. And you can't do that for me. After all this shit, I done went to war for you and your kids, your ex-husband.
To jail for him?
Went to jail for him.
Worked out of town for him?
What? Everybody at work, because when I bond out, I go right back to work. They're like, man, what are you doing still with her? It's the mother of my child. I'm old school. You know, I believe take care of your responsibilities. Period. And I love her. I do. Even though I know she's a lying ass, I love her. And I want this to work. I know you mentally off, because ain't nobody gonna be doing this you're doing and be sane. Ain't nobody in their right mind gonna do somebody else like that. Just wreck shop on somebody's life just because. Nobody gonna do that. Not normal people. Hey, you ain't normal, man. You mentally up. So anyway, I go out there to Midland. So anyway, I guess their advice. I come back. And I'm rationalizing in my head, you know, okay, I can get by this if she'll lay everything down, stop doing it, we get clean slates, because I ain't been living right either, man. I mean, I'm doing a little dope here, you know. I'm not around, but I'm not living right neither. You know, I need to clean my house up, son. And I rationalize in my head, okay, you go back, this is the deal I'm going to offer you. We'll wipe both slates clean, start fresh and new right here. We'll get the baby back, we'll raise our baby together, and we'll work on this and fix it. And I can forget about all this other crap.
Did you drive to Midland?
Yeah.
So you had a long time to think. And this is
Down there 500 miles and things.
Where you're rationalizing as you're driving
Yeah,
home.
right. You know.
Makes sense.
And I mean, just because I talked to her before I left and told her I'm on my way home. When I get there, it's going to be about 3 o'clock in the morning, but I want to see you. I need to see you. This is important what I have to say to you. You know, I gave her kind of rundown of what's going on, what I got in my head. I said, look, man, we have to, if, you know, for nothing else. Because we both want our baby, and we both want her raised together. Okay, well, give me a call when you get to my house, and if I'm still awake, I'll come over and I'll meet you there.
David expresses that although he was disheartened by the betrayal by his two closest companions, he still tried to remain calm, portraying himself as the sensible one in their relationship. Additionally, while recounting the details, David unknowingly reveals his own aggressive tendencies, subtly indicating that if the situation continues, he's capable of doing something unthinkable.
This is a man spiraling. He drives hundreds of miles home, giving himself hours to calm down, but instead he's rehearsing how to confront her. By the time he gets back, it's no longer a conversation he's planning. It's a showdown.
However, it'll soon become clear that this nightmare was on the verge of becoming a reality.
So about 1 o'clock, I rode through Dallas, and I texted her. Well, the text goes through, because on my phone, it shows delivered. You know, it went through. Well, I get on the other side of Dallas, she still ain't text back or nothing, so I call. Well, now, they're not accepting no phone calls. Okay, you're doing something. Go on, let it go to the house. So around 6 o'clock in the morning, I make this video. I got my swipe out, beating it on the counter, telling her, where the f that?
You got your what out?
My swipe.
Swipe. No, yeah, I got it. I didn't know what you said.
Anyway, she calls me about 8. She said, oh, I just woke up. I said, where you spend the night at? Oh, well, with some girls I met at the bowling alley. Oh, man, it's too generic.
Seems to be her go-to, huh?
Yeah.
Some girls.
Some girls, yeah. You ain't got but like 2 girlfriends that I know of, and 1 I'm not allowed to see.
Yeah.
Random girl wants.
Yeah. Yeah, just something I met at the bowling alley. I went and spent the night with them. You lying. But okay, you know, because I've been gone. You know. So she comes over to Dallas. I said, oh, yeah, by the way, I got your phone. Because I'd called it while I was out there in Midland, and a bartender answered it. She'd left it where his Rufus one night.
Oh, okay.
I was drunk. Had somebody go pick up the phone. Well, I had that phone. I didn't went through it that night after I got home. It seemed like 6, 7 different dudes. I just wanted to find a picture of their handprint across where she had been at Easter with that guy. And blood still dripping off of her next day.
What kind of phone was that?
That's a Verizon. It's the I-13. The I-12 or I-13. This is the 9199 number. I see this when she done sent a picture to that guy that Sunday evening, and they laughing about it, talking about y'all can spank me anytime, and I enjoyed it, and how she's been sleeping with him off and on for a couple of weeks now, and here several other dudes she'd been going and meeting at different places and bars and this and that, and evidently having with all of them.
When you guys would have, was she into that kind of stuff at all? I mean, did you know?
I'll slap her across the nothing, and she tried getting rough with her once, man. It just ain't my thing, bro. I can't get the groove going and then reach up and pump her like that. I can't do it. You know, I might grab the hair a little bit or something, but hell, if I pull too hard, it yanks it out.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do that.
So it's a little odd to you that she's doing that.
Yeah, it's odd. And I know she's mentally unstable. And the story she's told me about back in California, I heard doing that shit and, you know, asking dudes to beat on her.
Strange.
Oh, yeah, it is. And she would tell me it's how I punish myself. When I'm feeling bad or I've done bad, I do this to punish myself because it makes me feel. Letting somebody beat the f*** you like that makes you feel. But you're going to send me to jail for it.
Yeah.
Mind games.
Mind game.
Well, I can see how that pissed you off pretty good.
Oh, yeah, brother, it drove. I'm still out of trouble. Like, just alongside, just being able to talk about it's released a lot.
That was good.
Just being able to talk about it. So I've been sitting in that tank and just I'll have moments where I'll get to thinking about it and I can't breathe. I got to hyperventilate it. And I have to go lay out. I have to get still.
Get anxious about it.
Yeah.
So whenever you confronted her about the phone messages from the Where's Rufus phone, what'd she say?
I just told her, I said, because told her, I said, look, man, we'll just wipe it clean. Because there's some text message on there before I took off to Midland where we talked about the bruises and the handprints. Because she had came over and we had sex and she had all them bruises. And I was like, well, after we got done, I ran her off. Because while I'm doing her, I'm looking down at my hands and my hands are sitting inside these bruises on her eye. In the exact same spot. And I told her that, I said, man, it's me up.
Yeah. It's definitely a killer.
Yeah.
David's statement reveals his inner turmoil over being trapped in repeated betrayal. He states that he was aware of Jaci's pattern of lying, yet he justifies remaining in the relationship. These seemingly minor incidents eventually became psychological triggers, which he had internalized but never emotionally processed. While claiming that he confronted Jaci about the ongoing situation, he isn't just expressing frustration, but unraveling as a man who's caught in a constant loop of emotional neglect and rejection.
She agreed to wipe the slate clean, or was she?
No, she wanted to have 1 foot in my bedroom and 1 foot over at the other house she's got, the one by the lake.
Okay.
I told her, I said, Jaci, it's not going to be like that, baby. I'm not going to have you sleeping over here with me and then going out and sleeping with who the ever. And then you roll up and spend the day at my mom and dad's. And you all these other dudes. I said, I went through the goddamn phone there, seen the pictures, told her I had the pictures and everything. I said, I see where you're messing with like 6 or 7 different dudes. I'm not having you come up into my parents' house and that's going on. Well, we'll just deal with it then. I said, no, my baby's not going to live that way. And I said, I gave you a chance in Texarkana. I said, you laid up in the bed with the black dude with our baby in the bed with you. And I said, I was trying to give you a chance then. Tell you a hint, I know what the you did. Clean it up. Don't let it happen no more. But you don't take hints well. I've been putting up with a lot of
Sounds like it.
Anyway, I tell her, I said, Jaci, it's either you're going to be all the way in or you're going to be all the way out. There ain't no in between. So she leaves. That's what it's going to be. Over the next couple of days, you know, I try to text her, well, I can't talk to you right now, busy. Okay, whatever. You know. And it's back and forth like that. If we do respond to one another's texts, it's just short, I can't talk to you now, or I'm busy, and this and that. I'm like, I know what you're out there doing. Already know. So, we were supposed to have that meeting on the 25th with CPS. Everybody was supposed to be out there. She called me the night before. No, let me go back. When she left after I gave her that ultimatum, it's either you go all the way in or you go all the way out. She leaves. Well, I know what she's out there doing, so I show up. I come to the sheriff's department first, because I didn't seen all these bruising. And we had sex in a video with all the bruising. If y'all got that camera from that nightstand, one of the videos on there. Okay. I went to the sheriff's department. I'm like, man, they gonna f her up. She gonna run into some dude. He's gonna hurt her. Way worse than what she is already. I was like, well, ain't nothing we can do. Go talk to Tyler PD. So I went over there and I sat out there by the damn Coke machine for an hour, waiting on somebody to come out. I was like, man, is this she's not concerned with it herself, why the hell should I be?
Mm-hmm.
And I leave.
Was this after the tape, I guess?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, this is like the next day.
Next day.
Yeah. And I leave.
Do you remember
Well,
what time you came up?
it was during the day, probably around noon, something like that. If we can find my phone, I can tell you. Anyway, I'm coming out and I'm going down Broadway, where here she comes riding down Broadway with some chick in the car. I flip around. I tell her to pull over, Jaci. Why, Poppy, why? I said, Jaci, pull the over right up here. Because I don't want to go to talk about this in the car driving down Broadway and with this chick, I don't even know who the hell she is.
Yeah.
Pull over and we'll talk about it. Because now I'm to the point to where I don't know what to do with this girl, man. I love her to death. And I don't want to lose her. But I'm not going to put up with this. I'm not. And my baby is not going to live through this. And I'm not doing it for the next 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're doing DoorDash right now. I said, well, okay, as soon as you finish that order, you come back here. I'll be waiting in this parking lot, this Salvation Army parking lot.
Okay.
I said, I'll be waiting right here. So I go up, they go on down and turn down Gentry. Well, I was sitting there in the parking lot. Well, I get this phone call from some dude talking about, you better quit following that car around. Who the f*** are you?
Yeah.
Well, you messing with the wrong one. I said, you don't even know who the f*** I am. Shut the f*** up, mind your own business.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's my wife in the car with her. I said, that's my baby's mother right there. That's just been beat on it. I'm up here trying to help this girl, and now you up here threatening to tune me up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, you're with the wrong one. I just hung up on you.
David insists that he always tried to help Jaci and genuinely loved her, yet she chose to cheat on him despite his efforts. He claims that he didn't want his daughter to suffer at the hands of her mother. However, this statement contradicts what others have said about Jaci. According to Jaci's friends, she was a loving mother whose world revolved around her children. So is David fabricating a story of his own merely to manipulate the detectives? Additionally, the detectives don't bother questioning.
This is where David loses all credibility for me. He claims to be protecting Jaci and their child, but every decision he makes is about controlling her, not saving her. And the more she resists, the more dangerous he becomes.
David, possibly because they want to gather as much information from him as they can.
So later that evening, I'm worried about her because she never showed back up. I get this text talking about, don't ever call me on either number again. Don't you speak to me again. Okay. Well, I get to thinking about it in a couple of hours. I'm going to ride out there and I'm going to see if she's okay. I'm going to drive to her house. And that's all I'm going to do is check on her. Because I'm worried sick. But I get there and the hood of the car's popped up. So I park behind her car and I get out and look, go knock on the door, and the curtains are standing wide open and there's a cigarette burning in the ashtray. But there ain't nobody answering the door and there ain't nobody in the window there. The car's open. Oh, well, maybe they ran down to get a part or something. I heard somebody. I'm just going to sit here till she gets back, make sure she's okay, and I'm going to leave. So I'm sitting there for about 20 minutes. White car pulls in behind us and he slides into the driveway. He gets out with a pistol and sticks it in my face. Get out of the car. So I get out, he just, put your hands up, this and that. Pats me down. I was like, I ain't got no gun. What do you got inside here? And he went to, like he gonna search my vehicle. I stepped in front of the door and I told him, you ain't searching my vehicle. I'll make you shoot me before you search the vehicle. Well, then he stepped back. This is that gal's husband.
I was going to call you.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you you doing here? They said, man, I came to see if she's okay.
What day was this on?
I don't know. I got
during the day?
Yeah, it's during the day around 3, 4 o'clock. I got a warning though for trespassing that day.
From the sheriff's office?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Evidently they had seen me. Him and his wife had been going to town, I guess, to get their part or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they had seen my Jeep, and they flipped around and were racing back to meet me and called her and told her I was on the way. She was in the house hiding.
Mm-hmm. But again, you don't know the story.
I don't know the story she told.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're sitting there talking to this dude, and he's still got this pistol out, and he's going on about me beating her up, and why you putting your hands on women and this and that. And I was like, dude, what the I said, she's covered in bruises. He said, yeah, I know. She told me and my wife, you've been beating on her for the past year, and she moved out here to escape you. What are you doing out here showing up? I said, dude, you got it all wrong, brother. Well, I go to pull out my phone. I said, look, let me get my phone and cigarette. Let me show you what's been going on, because I got the pictures, the handprint and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Get to talking to this dude. He said, oh yeah, I was there for that. It's my cousin. We were all just having fun and games that night. She was asking for it. I said, dude, her is still bleeding the next day. That ain't playing. No matter if she asked for it or not.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't playing. So the cops show up, and I'm showing him these pictures too, and I said, man, the mother of your child shows up, and she's got all this on her. Bruises, beat the up. What are you gonna do, brother? He's like, I understand your concern and stuff. So he went inside and talked to Jaci. Well, come to find out, it's this dude's cousin that's been beating the out of her. She's been telling him it's me. So he comes out and he says, look, just don't show up here again. If you called here again, they take a picture, you going to jail. Rolled me a morning. And I left. Me and this guy, Eric, the husband, we shook hands because he understood then. She been filling you and your wife's head full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I leave. And then, we text a couple of times the next day. And I was like, damn, I showed up to see if you're okay. And mother sticks a pistol in my face. Oh, I'm sorry. And I didn't mean for him to do that. She's been trying to sabotage me for the past 2 goddamn years. You've been doing it.
David's claims bring an important question to light. If he had recognized Jaci's manipulative nature early on, why did he stay in the relationship? If it was causing him so much pain, why didn't he address the issue in a way that might have led to a solution for both of them? Instead, he continued forward, harboring so much rage that it ultimately erupted into irreparable consequences.
So anyway, she calls me on the 24th at like 11, or she texts me because I hadn't talked to her in like 2 days. I'm done with you.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about her car's breaking down and she ain't got no way to make the meeting tomorrow. Well, I'll come get her and take her there. I agreed to go get her. Well, I can't pull up in the damn driveway no more because I'll go to jail. So it's raining and storming that night. So I told her, I said, well, I'll call you when I get to Coffee City, let you know. Or you can meet me out there by the mailbox. So that's what we're doing. When she gets out, she gets in the Jeep. And she's got these big little hoop earrings. And I'll comment about them. So what are you doing? They're hookers. She says, the bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoop. And starts giggling and laughing and shit. She sees the look on my face like, why did you just say that after all this shit that's been going on? Why are you going to say that?
Right.
And then she pulls the earrings out. She said, I'm sorry, Poppy. Why are you apologizing to me? You just called yourself.
Yeah. And is this why you're still driving? Or?
Yeah, we're going back to the apartment.
She met you by the mailbox like agreed.
Yeah.
So she walked out, met you, y'all get.
Yeah, we get in. We're
So y'all headed north?
Yeah, we're headed to the house.
Okay.
And, you know, she's rubbing on me and we're loving and kissing as I'm driving, you know, and I'm just like, man, just ignore it. And get to the house. As soon as we get to the house, man. And while we're talking to each other, she starts telling me, you will accept me for who I am and what I am. And I will sleep with whoever I want to, and you're going to accept it.
This is during.
Daring. I just lost it, man. I picked up that machete at first, because I mean, I finished the act. In my head, I'm thinking, this is the last you're ever going to give. Me too. And I picked up that machete in one hand and that hammer in the other. She ain't found the hammer yet. And she saw me.
Like y'all finished that?
Yeah, we just finished.
Is she just chilling, laying
Shit,
on bed?
no, shit's still dripping, brother.
Oh, yes.
Just finished.
Yes.
I mean, it's going down.
Where's the machete at?
It's under the bed.
It was under the bed. What about the hammer?
Under the bed.
Okay.
I'd gotten to the point, I mean, I didn't know what else to do, man. How do I get rid of her? And how do I keep her from getting our baby so my baby is not laying in the bed with her while she's whoever? That'll have her, just anybody. And if she's letting dudes beat on her like this, what's she gonna let them do to that baby? My baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's seen way too much as it is. There ain't no telling how many dudes that baby's sitting there with us. Because I was out of town a lot. She had a lot of freedom to go and do whatever she wanted. Don't lie to me. Don't give it away to nobody else. And take care of the baby. That's all you got to do.
David reveals how, in a moment of trust, Jaci's deeply cutting statement flipped his emotional state, transforming warmth into a primal rage. His instant leap from annoyance to fantasizing about killing her may have stemmed from unresolved trauma and years of buried resentment. While being in this relationship and noticing major changes in Jaci's behavior, David had the option to walk away, which could have saved both of their lives. Instead, he chose a darker path. As more details begin to emerge, the picture grows even grimmer, suggesting the worst may still be yet to come.
And I was just going to cut her throat. Just let her bleed out because Keith's in his room. And I begged that dude, he went to his sister's. And I told him, I said, Jaci's maybe coming over today for us to talk, because we've been talking all that day. And told her, I said, man, she may come over. I don't know, and you don't need to be here because you don't. You know, in my head, I'm thinking, man, it's going to go down one way or the other. Either we're going to work this out, or we're both going to end it. It's the only way I can see. Because that's what's important.
Right. Making sure she lives a good life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom asked me a couple of weeks ago, she said, what do you want out of life? What do you want? I have a better one than I have.
Mm-hmm.
Decent life. Not knowing what her mother's done, doing, whatever she may do in the future. She don't need to know that life. And I'd have no idea what I'm doing with her, baby. I'm 50 years old.
But you love her.
Love you out of her.
And you want what's best for her.
Yeah.
And in your mind, you did what was best for your child.
Exactly. Exactly. So anyway, I was gonna cut her throat, and she saw that machete, and that's when she grabbed for it, went to wrestling with me, dropped the hammer.
She just laying on her back in the bed.
She laying on her stomach trying to keep me from cutting her goddamn throat.
I got you.
And she's got a hold of that blade. That blade's sharp.
Mm-hmm.
It's real sharp. It ain't never been used. Anyway, I finally jerked the machete away from her, and she goes to one side of the bed, and I go to the other, and I grab that hammer, and that's when she knew what was happening. I wasn't going to stop. She took off running. Thank God she didn't run into Keith's. Try to run into Keith's room. He usually has his door locked. I don't even think about what might happen then. But she was trying to get out of that apartment. I came up behind her and clocked her with a hammer. And it knocked her down. I mean, it did. The first one didn't. I didn't get her good. And, I mean, so I go back to the bedroom and get the, I'm just going to cut her throat and let her bleed out. That's it. Because I don't.
So did she get knocked unconscious by the hammer?
Yeah.
With the one hit?
Yeah.
So she's on the ground.
Yeah.
She's knocked out.
When I come back, she was up trying to get the door unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I hit her again. And she went down.
With the hammer again?
With the hammer again. And that's when I cut her. I can't remember on what side. I was just, like I said, going to cut her throat, let her bleed out. It's done, it's over with. Whatever happens to me, happens to me.
That final moment is unbearable. We've just listened to a man relive the murder of someone he claims to love, and he does it with terrifying clarity. This wasn't a crime of passion anymore, it was premeditated violence delivered with purpose, and what's most chilling is how rational it all sounds in his voice.
We'll know a better life. Because at this point, it's all I care about. Making sure that our baby had that chance. Because if she goes with Jaci, there ain't no telling what's going to happen.
Right.
And I'm not dealing with this for 18 years. Or however long. You know, I'm not doing it. I'm already insane. So cut her, and I went back because I'm trying to calm down and keep my head straight and pray to God Keith don't come out of this room. And whenever I came back in there, because I could hear that rattle. I could hear it. That's
Her breathing.
something I'll never forget.
Mm-hmm.
That's very distinct. The rhythm of it. Well, whenever I walk back in there, she's like got one hand on the ground and her feet are out and she's trying to get back up. I'm not going to leave you in a vegetable. So I hit her again. And that time when I hit her, there was
With the hammer again?
and when she hit that one more time for good measure, just to make sure she's gone. I didn't want her to suffer. Nothing, man, just I'm done. Let's get this over with. Let's go. So I can have a pet. So she can have a better life. Free of this bullshit.
David's self-justification suggests that he sees himself not as a murderer, but as a savior, and ultimately shows no remorse for this horrific crime. Even the detectives sympathized with him after hearing his side of the story. Tragically, however, Jaci never had the opportunity to share her version of events. In February 2024, David Thompson was found guilty of the murder of his girlfriend, Jaci Wilkerson, and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.